is inscribed in a circle with center O and the radius 6 units. If the length of the smallest arc between point AB is 4 pi units, what is the length of line segment BC? Now, there are several things that I just wanted to mention right in the beginning before we start solving this question. The very first suggestion in any such question of geometry is to draw the figure. Now, when you draw the figure, then there are several questions that you come across, and for them, you need to have good command over the properties. For example, the very first line says the triangle ABC is a right-angled triangle. Now, the property says that if there is a right-angled triangle inscribed in a circle, then the hypotenuse of that right-angled triangle will always be lying on the diameter of the circle. That's one of the properties that we should be aware of. The radius is 6 units. Here in this question, the term used is smaller arc. However, the GMAT generally uses the term at this place is the minor arc. The difference between the minor arc and the major arc is minor arc is any arc which is less than half the circle. That means less than semicircle, it's called a minor arc. And an arc which has a length greater than half of the circle circumference is called the major arc. So here, to answer this question, let me quickly draw the figure first. The figure comes like this. So here we have a right angle triangle ABC where point O is the center, and since we know that a right angle triangle always has its hypotenuse lying at the diameter, therefore O will be on AC, exactly the midpoint of AC. Now, this property basically comes from a property that in any circle, the angle drawn at the center of the circle is always twice the angle drawn at the circumference if the angles are drawn by the same arc. So the same property once again takes us to this conclusion that in semicircle, every angle drawn at the circumference is equal to 90 degrees. Now the question says that the smaller arc between point AB, this arc, has a length 4 pi units. Then the first thing that we should know is that the length of arc is given by theta over 360 times 2 pi r. So here theta is always the angle drawn at the center of the circle by that arc. So here arc AB is drawing the angle at the center which we call this. So this has to be theta. Now we know theta over 360 multiplied by 2 pi r, where radius is 6 units, is equal to 4 pi. This is the first expression that we have, which we have to simplify first. So 6 cancels it 60 times, 2 cancels it 2 times. So theta becomes 120 degrees. That's the first understanding. If theta is equal to 120 degrees, we also know OA is equal to OB because both are equal to radius. So the remaining angle A and B will be equal to angle OAB will be equal to angle OBA, which is equal to half of 180 minus angle AOB. That means half of 180 minus 120, that's equal to 30 degrees. So now we know that angle A is equal to 30 degrees, angle B is equal to 90 degrees, which means angle C will be equal to 60 degrees, 180 minus the remaining two angles. That means triangle ABC becomes a triangle with angles 30 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. To every GMAT aspirant, it should be known that in a triangle with angles 30, 60, 90, the ratio of the sides is 1:√3:2 because we always want to bypass the trigonometry. We do not learn it. Instead, we learn the ratio of the corresponding sides. Which means if we have a triangle which has angle 30, 60 and 90 like this, if side opposite to 30 degrees is x, then side opposite to 60 degrees will be x√3 and side opposite to 90 degrees will be 2x. And we already know that the 2x, which is, because this angle is, let me mark it here, 30 degrees, 60 degrees, we should always mark these angles in the triangle. So AC, which should actually be equal to 2x according to this ratio, has a length twice of radius, that means twice of 6, 12. So x becomes equal to 6, which means now the lengths that we have are equal to BC 6 units, AC 12 units, the diameter, and AB will be 6√3. Applying the ratio of the sides and the 30, 60, 90, what is the length of segment BC? We already have our answer, that is equal to 6, which is D option. Thank you so much for watching this detailed explanation and this video. Thank you so much.